Okay, so welcome back to Considered Normal's Dungeon Defender Strategies. My name is Matthew Coster. This is the second level of Dungeon Defenders called Foundries and Forges. And again, I'm playing with my apprentice, who is level 41. Most of my upgrades and my equipment power my towers, which makes them very destructive. Not all levels, when you get to higher levels, that's what's going to happen to you. At lower levels, not so much, but these strategies that I'm putting together are the strategies that I've used since a lower level. I'm playing this on hard. I would be playing it on insane, and I have finished the level on insane with this particular character, but for tutorial purposes I want to keep it so that I can actually describe what I'm doing. And the problem with the insane level is there's a timer which will give me limited time to explain what's going on. So right now I'm just going to quickly collect all the mana that I can, and then I'm going to start building my defenses. Okay, so I've got all the mana. Now when you get to this level, you do start off on wave 2 instead of wave 1. So you do get that extra mana kick, which is really good to have. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically summon some base defenses. And you'll see the way that I point my towers again. I'm not wasting space by going like this, because the people are still, or the creatures will still be in the purple zone. You don't want them to get hit there because there's going to be no damage and you're going to waste a shot. So I try and put it so at least it covers the full stairs, as well as if they get past this particular tower, or the tower on this side, it'll take out it as well. So I put 2 of these on the sides, and because I don't have enough mana for 6 of them, only 5, the middle tower I put right in the center. And then of course on the other side I put 2 as well here. Now this defense works great at lower levels. And what happens is when I start the level off, especially at the lower levels, I'd go to the front and attack as much as I could with my staff. Again, as I mentioned in the first Apprentice video, I lost my really good staff, so I don't do that as much as I used to anymore, because at the higher settings, or difficulty levels, my staff really doesn't do much. So that's pretty much up for defenses. I have no more mana left, can't do anything. So now I just wait for everybody to come in and get destroyed by my towers. And the good thing about having a good pet is that he does a lot of the damage for you, especially in areas where you're limited on defenses. In this case, he acts as a second tower type of thing for the first area, or the front area. Another thing that I recommend doing is watching your battle through the map view as well, because then you can see where your defenses are failing and easily get there to help defend if need be. Now during this downtime, there is basically space between mini waves, which is the waves within a wave. You can go and collect the mana if you want to. It's good if you're doing upgrades and stuff to do that, so that while you're waiting you can build up your defenses if need be. Especially on insane, when you have a limited time to build, it's good to have as much mana as you possibly can. So that next mini wave is already done. Just going to go and collect all the mana from the other places. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to pick up the mana from my chests here. Now the next wave, all I really do is make sure that all of them have the 3 towers. With the 3 towers, that pretty much almost eliminates everybody in the first, up to round 4. It's really good. Round 5 and 6, I do recommend having fire. And on the front one, where I am right now, this is the place you really want to start building up by level 5. And the reason why you want to have it up by 5 is at round 6, there's an ogre. And ogres are hard to beat, so you'll see in this tutorial how much I beef up the front steps. That's all I need for that round there. And if I have enough, I'm going to start building the wall defenses as well. Each place will have 3 walls that I'll put in. And I won't have enough to do it all the way around. But I do have enough to do it to the front. Again, the front is where you want to put as much defense as possible, because this is where the ogre is going to come in. Now, when you do build your wall, don't build it down here. The reason why what happens is, especially the grunts, when they come in, they'll be hitting from here. They'll start hitting it, which basically makes your towers useless, because he's still sitting in the purplish red zone here, which basically makes him immune to damage. So while he's destroying your defenses, you can't destroy him. So what's recommended, and what I recommend, is you build your defenses more towards the top, especially because when the ogre comes out, you want him out of his safety zone and in your destruction zone. So as long as he's out of that purple area, your towers will do damage to him. And while he's sitting here beating up on your defenses, he's getting pelted by all of your towers. Now again, because I'm such high level, you'll see how quickly I can take down the ogre. Don't expect to take him down that quickly if you're at lower levels. It won't happen. But if you keep up your defenses and you stay at the front and repair your walls from a distance, don't go up to your wall and repair it. Stand back as far as you can to repair it, because as he's hitting these and you're really close up, he's going to be hitting you as well, and that basically eliminates your efforts. So I can probably put down another 4 towers, another 4 fences or walls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one, I'm actually going to put 2 at each side. I'm going to leave the middle open. They usually come up the sides anyways, they usually don't hit the middle, but it's good to have it there anyways. And then 2 more on the other side. I don't have any more crates to open. No, good. Now again, doing this on Insane, you want to do this as quickly as possible, especially during down times where the mini waves in between mini waves, because you really do have a limited time to build during your build times. Okay, so I'm pretty much out of mana now. Gonna go and hit the crystal and prepare for the 3rd wave. Now it's really only our 2nd wave, but because we started on the 2nd wave, it's actually the 3rd wave. Now see how good having the 3 crystals is. Makes short work of anything coming through those doors. Now again, like I said, the magic missile works all the way up to about level 3 or 4. 5 or 6, you really do want to start adding fire or lightning. In this case, what happens is I usually put fire on the outer edges. At the front, I put fire, lightning, and maybe, once you get up to the higher levels, the death ray. Now, as you see, during the, or in between middle, or the mini waves, I do go and collect my stuff. Just because of the fact that if I need to build anything, I can, because I have the mana to do it. If I need to do repairs or anything. So I'm here to collect all the mana that I can. Put in the remaining walls on either side. The thing is, you want to basically build your things in range of importance, because depending on how much mana you have, it depends on what you can build. So the reason why I'm building the walls right now is I don't know how much mana I'm going to have after I build the walls and defend my front with a few fireball towers. So whatever I can build, I build it as soon as possible. So I've gotten all the crates. And again, build in priority. I know that my front is going to be the most vulnerable in a few levels. So I'm going to build the fire ones here first. Again, pointing them so I get optimum range and damage. Because they fire a lot less frequently than the magic missile, I definitely don't want to put it like this where it's again wasting a shot on the purple area. I want to try and range it so that it has a little area in purple as possible, so it does the most damage. Now I do have enough to put at least one on either side. Now we're going into wave 4 of 6. So I still have another wave and a bit to do the defenses that I need to do for the front area. Now because of the amount of damage that I can do, I don't think I'm going to need more than this on either side. However, you do have enough to put a fire tower on either side if you need to. So now that I'm pretty much out of mana, I'm going to hit the crystal and go into the next round. You'll see how much more damage now gets done because of the fireball turrets. Or towers, sorry. Again, they usually don't get to the defenses. Now, because I'm waiting in time here for the next wave to appear, I'm going to start upgrading my defenses. You don't need to upgrade the walls as much on the sides as you do the front, because the sides, they're not even going to get near there, but the reason why I'm upgrading the front is because when that ogre comes, he does a lot of damage, and if you don't upgrade your walls, he'll bust right through and then your towers are destroyed. So definitely upgrading your walls in the front is definitely something you want to consider as soon as possible. Just going to go around and collect all the mana again. Now so far the side defenses are holding. They're not getting to the walls, which is great. So I'm going to leave that as is. This is really good strategy for the higher levels. For the lower levels, again, it still works, but I would put the extra fires on the corners here if you're at lower levels for sure. So again, I'm collecting all the mana that I can. The side defenses don't need any upgrades. They don't need anything right now. At lower levels, you may want to upgrade your front line again, your walls. But at this level, I don't need to anymore. So I'm going to concentrate all of my mana and my upgrades to the front wall here. Now I am going into wave 5, so I still have one more wave, or this wave, to go through before the ogre appears. So I will be able to do more upgrades when I need to. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my lightning bolt. And this will clear out a lot of damage as well. Again, as I mentioned, lightning bolt is a great tower to have because it makes short work of everybody. It does multiple chains. Mine's set up now for 24 chains. One of my buddies has up to 36. So, like I said, it makes short work of just about everybody because it's the one that does the most damage to multiple characters at once, or multiple enemies at once. And because I have enough, I'm going to upgrade it. And the more upgrade you do, the more damage it does, which is great. And that's about it. So again, I do have enough mana to put a tower here. I'm not going to. I'm going to save the mana. If you're at lower levels, putting a tower there is definitely beneficial for you. But at this point here, it's pretty much overkill for the level that my character's at. Okay, so let's watch and see how this unfolds. Now the unfortunate part is the lightning does pan out to people that are in the purple, or creatures that are in the purple area. You also have to watch for those guys, kamikazes. They do a lot of damage, and they really do kill your defenses. So you want to make sure, by checking your map every once in a while, to make sure that your defenses are still functioning okay. Especially in round 6, there's a lot of those kamikaze dynamite attacks. So you really do want to make sure that your front defense and your side defenses are protected, because while you're sitting here up front trying to destroy the ogre in round 6, if they break through your side defenses, they're going to take out your crystal before you even kill the ogre. So you do want to make sure that all your defenses are repaired at the end of each round if you have enough. As you can see, this defense has been damaged. I'm going to repair it. Quickly run down, grab all the mana that I can, get back up before I get damaged. If you don't get damaged during round, you get extra bonuses, so I try not to get into the fight unless I absolutely have to. Again, with the staff that I have, I lost a really good staff. When I did a tutorial, I accidentally dropped it without realizing it. He got shot in time, which is good. So if you really don't need to get into battle, don't. You get extra bonus points for not having any damage. If it is an easier round, if you're playing on easy, and you know you can't get damage, take out as many as you can. Especially in the deeper well, you can get bonus points for basically not using your towers. It's kind of hard on this particular level because there's 3 places to go. So unless you have a really, really powerful staff in which you can sit the crystal and just take them out as they come up, I wouldn't recommend it. Now the reason I can tell they're damaged is if I'm pointing away from them. If I point towards an item, you're going to see the health bar below it. If I point away from the items, I can see that these 2 here have health bars, so I need to repair those. So now we're looking at going into our final round, and this is where the ogre appears. So I really need to concentrate my defenses on the front, but I also want to make sure that my side defenses are repaired. So I just repaired my side defense there, and I'm going to go around to the other side to make sure that it's okay before I spend the rest of my mana on the front. It looks like everything on this side except for this one particular tower is okay. Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay, you see in the map where the items that are blinking, those are the items that are damaged, so you want to repair all 3 of those things before going into the next round here. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly gather all the mana from this side. I should have enough to really boost my defenses on the front side. It'd actually be almost full. Not quite, but almost. Any mana up here? Yes, there is. Okay. So I want to upgrade my fireball towers. And I'm actually going to put in a deadly strike tower. Oh, I hate when that happens. Do it from this side. And point it. Again, I want to eliminate as much as possible the purple area, because it shoots very infrequently, about every 2 seconds, so I don't want to waste a shot. And I do have enough for another one. Again, at this level it's great to have because the ogres are very, very hard to destroy. They usually have about 10k health points or more. And if you can afford them and you can get them because you're at a high enough level, the death rates are really great. They do over 5,000, at my level, they do over 5,000 worth in damage, and they shoot every 2.24 seconds. And I have enough to upgrade them, which is great because it'll basically bring that down now to 2.2 seconds, which really isn't that great of an improvement, but it does a little bit more damage. And I believe I should be okay for the ogre. Now I don't think I've upgraded these enough. I usually make them level 2, but I brought in the extra 10,000 damage it's going to do to the ogre. So I'm pretty sure that after 2 shots of that, the lightning and this stuff, the ogre is going to be dead. So I don't think I'm going to have to worry about the front structure as much as I used to. Again, this isn't really part of my regular defense. This is brand new just for this particular round. I usually don't put in the death rays. I usually put in the lightning and have it take care of the ogre. I might have 2 lightnings at most. Now see if the lightning takes care of these guys that are coming in now. They still managed to get through. So I gotta repair some of the defenses. Now I'm pretty sure the sides are going to do okay. I'm not going to have to do too much repairing to them. You see, they're not blinking yet on the side, so everything's good. The ogre should be arriving soon. Ah, there we go. The ogre has arrived. You can see how fast he dies. He's got 22,000 health, and he's dead. That's actually the fastest I've ever seen him go down. He didn't even get to my defenses. So as you can see, oh, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna lose that bonus points. As you can see, this is a really great defense to have if you're high enough level to actually put these death ray towers up. They're a great benefit. They make short work of the ogres, which is great, especially in some levels where you get 2 ogres if you're playing with multiple people. So it's good to have the death rays up if you can. Again, I don't think they're available till probably level 18, I think. So once you hit level 18, definitely use them to your advantage. That's it for that round. I won, which is great. I'm not going to get the no damage victory. I'm going to get the no core damage victory, but not the no player damage, because I managed to get in the way of one of those kamikaze drones that basically came in with the dynamite strapped to their back. They do a lot of damage, especially if you're on insane. So you definitely want to watch out for them. Definitely want to do repairs as much as possible. The other thing too you want to do is when you're at the end of your rounds and stuff, take a look at your map. Any black dot, green dot, or red dots you see, right now they're all black because I've completed all these levels multiple times and stuff. They're no longer of any use to me other than selling them in the shop. If you want to take a look at those little black dots you see in this area, or the gray dots, pick those up. Those are items that you can actually sell at the store. Now I'm not going to do the tutorial on that for the simple reason that last time I attempted to make a tutorial on that, I dropped my really good staff. So I'm afraid of creating anything to do with the forge at this point, because when I'm talking I'm distracted and I don't want to lose this particular staff. So that's pretty much it. That's the tutorial for Foundry and Forges. I have tried this on Ranger, however I'm not confident in my abilities to do it as Ranger, so I'm not going to create a tutorial on it because the strategies that I have are not great for it as of yet. I will improve them and put them together. So anyways, this is the 3rd tutorial I have created now for Dungeon Defenders, and I will be making a lot more, at least in regards to the Apprentice. I'll try and get the other classes out as soon as I can to try and help out. Apprentice is the most played because it's the easiest to play, but I don't want to leave the other classes out as they are useful, especially when playing multiplayer and playing with a group. So anyways, once again, this is Dungeon Defender Strategies by Considered Normal. My name is Matthew Koster. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial, and I hope that you'll watch the other tutorials as well.